You're tuned into the New Old Heads podcast, premiered every Thursday at noon at bringingdowntheband.com and brought to you by No Bad Ideas, Coleman Dental, Printfinity, and Team Backpack. Support the New Old Heads by visiting our Patreon at patreon.com/newoldheads.
Episode 96, the New Old Heads podcast. I am Major 7. I have allergies. I'll make beats. And I have the hard drive to prove it. I want that smoke as well. Don't laugh, Spoolz.
Yeah, snotty
Lonegevity is in the building. How are you, sir?
I am. I'm pretty good.
Good to see you. Shout out to the 𝗏𝗲𝗄. I see you.
Got the 𝗏𝗲𝗄, yep. You know, I make beats. I also have allergies.
Yeah, man, they killed me this weekend, man. It was bad out there at Chreece. Had a good time, though. We're going to talk about that as well. DJ Jay Diff in the corner, fresh to death always. That is not Printfinity, but we do have something that's going to be along those lines coming later. How are you, sir?
Salutations. I'm good, man.
All right. Weren't you fighting allergies as well, I think?
Man, I'm fighting allergies every day of the year.
It's bad out here in these streets, man. It's bad
Every
out here
day,
in these
all
streets.
day, every day.
Yeah, it's bad out here in these streets. DJ Spoolz, the incomparable DJ Spoolz, immediately to my left.
Hello, Michael.
How are you, sir?
Doing well, man. How are you?
I'm good, man. Good to see you. Good to see you. I just saw you, but still
You
good
too.
to see you as always.
Likewise, man. Yeah, I don't. My
How are your
allergies,
allergies, man?
Actually, I used to have really bad allergies, but this year not hasn't been as bad.
Okay.
Wonder if they're going away or
Mine
something. That'd be
mine
cool.
aren't as bad as your guys' are right now.
It's over right now.
But I just got over like a week and a half, 2-week cold too. Still kind of finishing that up. But other than that, man,
Walking around mildly.
that's right. You're damn right.
Episode 96. Shout out to Red August, who's in the building as well.
There he is.
We definitely had him on camera this past weekend. We'll talk about that as well.
Working hard.
Pay that man. He was out there doing some great work for Chreece, taking some dope photos, lending his time, his expertise. So we appreciate you, Red August, as always. Pay that brother.
Yes.
Episode 96.
Give him some money.
6.
I don't know, man. That was a good year for music. Do we just want to pick an album and call it?
You know what I
1996.
you know what I failed at last week is Richard Dent's number was 95. wasn't it?
Yeah.
Wow.
I haven't had a chance to watch last week's episode, but
Okay.
Yeah. Oh well. Anyways.
If we rocking with music
Uh-huh.
for the I'm going with
96.
ATLiens.
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 ATLiens will be my vote as well. Lone, do you have anything that can top that?
Gotta be Puff Daddy, right?
Okay, Spoolz.
That was
anything?
97.
P. Diddy and the fam.
Was it 97?
That was
Yeah.
97.
Oh, you talking about No Way Out? That album?
Definitely
It has to
97.
be. Well, what else has he put out besides 11111?
I don't know, man.
Well, he did the last train to
He
Paris.
did
and he
that.
did
Yeah. Puff
the
got
one
about 3 or
joint
4
where
albums out.
He got
The
on.
Last
It
Train
wasn't
to
a
Paris.
shiny suit. He had on like a shiny
That's-
like cut off and
That's
shit.
Paris Hilton's porno, right?
See,
Yep.
I like what he did there, though. I see what he did.
Gang.
Yeah. I see what you did there.
I know that's
Brilliant.
called a night in Paris. I'm sorry.
Oh,
Yeah.
A night in Paris.
Cortez Kennedy wore 96 for the
Oh, okay.
Seahawks.
That's the Cortez.
yeah. Okay. I think
Nike Cortez popular. So you asked me 96 what album? I would have to say ATLiens. It's one of my favorite
Oh, it's a
albums
rap
of all
then.
time.
Quick question for you, Spoolz.
Yes.
I want to see if you were on game or what it was like here in Indy. Nike Cortez.
Mhm.
What were they called?
Are those Dope Mans?
Yes.
Yeah. I couldn't think
You-
of which
you
were.
right-
but
you
they're
with
Dope
that too?
Mans, yeah.
We call them dope bands. I've
Yeah.
heard.
Yeah, I
Other-
probably called them dope mans because Indianapolis called them dope mans.
That could probably, you know,
No.
probably.
I mean,
so.
it's right there.
How you know Anderson didn't say dope bands first?
Come on, son.
It's just the influence. You know what I mean? A lot more.
Come on.
Few
Shout
more
out to
people.
Red August giggling.
Shout out to Anderson for sure, but a few more people in Indy.
I mean, Indy.
we
We didn't
probably-
come up with that term. I'm not gonna claim
I mean,
that.
it's only 15 minutes away.
Yeah,
20.
it's like right there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Is
like
it it's
from
too
the
far
north
to be a
side.
suburb, right?
from the north side of the south side of Indianapolis is just as long as it takes to get from the north side of Indy to
Anderson. That's fair.
I mean,
Indianapolis is actually from like a square miles standpoint, like area. It's pretty big.
Yeah.
It is.
I can literally get to Anderson from my house now in about 20 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
What you hop on 67?
I can go straight down. Is what is that? Pendleton Pike?
Yeah,
Is that
that's
67?
67. Yeah.
right there.
Yeah.
From where I'm at, get there in about 20 minutes. Yeah,
Okay.
25.
it's about 30. Well, for me, it's about 30. But
Yeah.
but it well, I don't
Go
actually.
up Keystone
It's
to.
You
probably
can just
less
take
than-
Benford all the way straight.
All the way down. Yep.
But-
that is true. All right, so we're gonna go ATLiens episode. This might go
Great
with the
album.
album cover. Greenish.
Incredible album.
Shout out to No Bad Ideas. The 𝗏𝗏𝐻𝐿iens line, they got us laced here. They always lace us. We had some heat out there with us as well from them.
Yes, sir.
Chreece, shout out to Coleman Dental, 317-255-8546. Team Backpack is in the building as well. We appreciate them. BringingDownTheBand.com as always. And Printfinity, support your local businesses. They have a great artist lined up for their first line. I cannot wait until y'all see that. We're going to keep it under wraps right now, though.
I wish you'd stop talking about yourself.
It ain't about me. It's not about me.
I know.
It's about the line. It's not about me.
Okay. Well, you can stop then.
No, we got to promote the line, man. They're sponsors.
What's the name of the line called?
Huh? So yeah, let's get into these topics,
real quick
man.
before we do. So I think just talking about ATLiens, I know this comes up from time to time, but ATLiens or Aquemini?
Aquemini for me.
ATLiens for me.
Yeah, see, it depends on
it's
if
difficult.
it's Tuesday or if it's Friday.
Yeah.
And I'm biased just because ATLiens, it takes me to a certain time.
That's where you were when it came
Yeah,
out.
Mhm.
that's the only reason. Like I can admit that though.
But I was in a cool place. Aquemini came out when I was still in high school, I think, right?
Aquemini is genius.
When did that come out?
Yeah.
99 or 2000?
98.
98, yeah.
Yeah, Aquemini is genius. Like, don't get it twisted. Liberation,
Man,
like all those records are dope. Mamacita is cold. Like that whole album is.
there's
like
only
Papa
one
They could have
song
left
I
the
don't
last
like.
verse off of Mamacita.
Huh?
They could have left that last verse off of Mamacita.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like Papadonna a little bit more.
See. Hey, three stacks blacked out on. Why you? No, I ain't gonna even entertain that, man. 3 stacks blacked out on Mamacita though.
He blacked out on a couple tracks.
Return of the Gangster, thanks to
Dude, but like
You know what I'm saying?
ATLiens has like mainstream.
the
which is
title
incredible.
track, Aquemini.
Yeah.
It's really dope. Yeah.
And when you thought it was over, and then all of a
Twice
sudden they come
Upon a
back
Time.
in,
The name is Big Boy. Yeah.
man.
over the. But see, ATLiens, man, the 13th floor, over the woods, elevators.
Oh,
the
dude,
Jazzy Bell joint,
mainstream and
Yeah. Mainstream.
Decatur Psalm. Are,
Yes, sir.
Like incredible.
2 Dope
songs.
Boys in a Cadillac. Like
Oh,
that
album
album is
go.
crazy, man.
I was
Best.
literally just
We know
listening to
people
that
actually didn't
days
like
ago.
ATLiens though.
like when it came out.
Oh,
you
I
mean?
know
lot of
people that
people
don't
didn't
like
like
it. Yeah, I know people that still
I mean,
say,
elevators. Come on.
yeah,
That's why they started out Aquemini like they did.
hey,
Come on, what is some spaceman,
Well,
some genie?
yeah.
I want that new Pimp Trick Gangsta Click.
Yeah.
Man.
You don't know nothing about that Bob Marley.
I want a Lil Will CD. I want a
Oh,
Lil
man.
Will CD and a poster.
man.
That's what I want.
That cat, I thought it was your
It's
boy.
like
I
that
thought it was
now?
your folk.
Yeah, it's like that now. That's what I want. I want a
I heard
Lil
she
Will
likes
CD.
ducks.
Well played.
Thought that was your boys.
All right,
Thought it was
man.
your
So
fault.
let's jump into this rundown. We have
Shouts to everybody that caught all that lingo.
yes, bars in there. They have to
Bars.
play it back
Bars,
just to
bars,
reference where,
bars,
we
bars.
were on that
This
one.
Big Boys joint was that West Savannah?
Yep.
Good call. So here's some. This is actually sad news, and as I always say, we continue to have to talk about things of this nature, but they continue to pop up, continue to happen. There was a young man who started shooting at a Madden tournament, Madden NFL 19 tournament in Jacksonville. It says gunfire erupted Sunday afternoon in the back bar.
There was a coward that started shooting at a Madden tournament.
Yeah, I stand corrected.
All
Well
right.
said.
Cool.
Well said.
Because he lost, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because he lost.
I read that somewhere in one place, but the other places I've looked, they said they were still looking for the motive, but I don't know.
The kid's name was David Katz.
That's
He's 20
shitty.
He's 24 years old. And it says there were a couple dozen gamers. They all sit in chairs in front of the monitors with their headsets in the room. They were in the bar location. It says a restaurant and bar located in an entertainment complex called Jacksonville Landing in the city's waterfront. Authorities say the suspect took his own life after killing 2 gamers and wounding 10 other people.
Man.
There's actually audio. I don't know if it's on YouTube. Somebody there's audio of it. You heard it? Did you hear the audio?
I heard it. Yeah.
It's right before he starts shooting, and whomever's screen was there goes blank, and then there's somebody it's real subtle in the back, but somebody screams like, "Oh, what did he shoot me with?" or something like that, and you hear a whole bunch of screaming, and it just cuts off. And coward is a great word. Coward is a great word because nothing is that serious. Number one, but I was not surprised when I saw a mental illness. The mental illness card that we always see came out earlier. I think it was yesterday that came out, but I did post that. So he had mental illness. He had issues. His parents were divorced. And those were the things that were put out.
And it's not the fact that he didn't have them. It's the fact that that's the narrative.
Thank you, sir.
Every
Always,
time.
always for the white males.
Thank you, sir.
that are
That is
involved
that
in
I
this.
couldn't have said it.
Motherfucking who?
I couldn't have said it any better. Jay Diff, jump in. Your thoughts?
I mean, it's bullshit. I mean, he obviously had a vendetta to do something that day, to show up at a video game tournament, locked and loaded, ready to kill somebody.
Yep.
So I mean, it's very unfortunate for the people that lost their lives, and it's just, I mean, it's another one of those things where it comes down to the guns, and certain people shouldn't have them.
Period.
This guy was a Marine too, right?
Was it?
I did not read that part. Is that true?
I thought so. Don't quote me.
We have to fact check
Or a
that.
former Marine.
Okay.
Could be wrong. I don't want to make shit up. But
I mean, he's 24, you know, and
It makes me think of so he's 24,
24 years old. Yep.
and he was also like a professional gamer, quote unquote.
yeah, he had won in like last year or something.
Okay.
Like some tournament.
So different. I mean, back when I used to game, Let me show my age a little bit. Back when I was in college, but it was like 2001, 2002.
Yes, sir.
Gaming was different back then. Everything was mostly anonymous for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
It was like the origination of online trolls.
Yeah.
I mean, there's
And it's so rampant now because
but the difference is now that you know exactly who people are.
Yeah.
You know,
Kinda.
so, well,
at least
when
in
the public,
online,
in the public aspect.
yeah,
I mean,
definitely.
That's
Like
all
the
I
event that this young man was at, or these people were at, they're all in the room together, the way I understand it. Like they all have separate monitors and they're all doing their thing. So to the point, it's like now they know who the people are. So it makes me think, did he already know coming into it? Like Terry said, he's locked and loaded coming in. Like, could it have been someone that he was playing against online prior to coming to this event that he had issues with? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
who knows?
there's plenty of ways you could take it, but
I mean, but
who
if that's
knows?
the case, why wouldn't he just shoot that one person instead of
Right.
kill two and wound
that's
like
fair.
11
That's
other
fair.
people?
That's fair.
There's some underlying issues in the gaming community too. Like when you're online, you got the tough guys that want to talk shit.
Aren't there a lot of like racist
A
people?
whole
online
lot of
too?
racist
People that
people
say
online,
racist
man.
stuff.
Like
yeah.
it's ridiculous. Like I don't even play my my games whenever I do with the mics on. I mute everything because I don't want to hear that shit.
I mute it, and I rarely used to. I rarely even turn my mic on. Actually, I haven't used a mic in games for like 10 years, maybe longer.
Word.
Back when it was fun.
I didn't realize gaming had become what it's become in terms of these tournaments and people getting paid and there's like salaries. He showed me one night. I was blown away at the height or how serious this has become.
It was the 2K stuff.
The 2K stuff. Yeah, I didn't
They do
realize it. And we
tournaments
actually,
for that game too.
yeah, like we
They got
actually
full seasons. Drafts.
kidding.
Full
Yeah.
drafts.
He
I'm
show-
talking about draft nights.
Yeah, he-
drafting
Wow.
gamers walking up
he showed me a
That's
game.
kind of cool.
wearing
I like
suits and
that.
shit. Yeah, it was actually really
That's
neat.
funny. Yeah.
He showed me a
Sounds
game and it's
fun.
like these guys are like dead serious. They have averages for the whole year. Like
That's
it was
wild.
very,
Yeah.
very, very intricate. Like everything is legit. So I didn't realize that it got this serious. So I guess the Madden is either a
just-
spin-off of that or
I knew
or
it was.
similar.
I knew it was coming. I mean, back like 15 years ago, I was in gaming ladders and shit. Like I used to play a game called Unreal Tournament way back in the day, and
What's it called?
Unreal Tournament.
Hmm.
And it was kind of I used to play capture the flag games.
Okay.
But it was just like a bunch of people running around with guns and we shoot them, they shoot us, and we grab their flag, bring it back, blah, blah, blah. But I played that pretty heavy for like 3 years, like right out of high school into college, you know, those days and stuff. But I was on ladders and shit. But it was like
yeah.
mad underground, you know. And
Yeah.
shouts to IRC and, you know, those deep online like places nobody goes to.
These
you know?
guys are getting bags for these tournaments, man. Like
Oh, yeah.
the league, being a part of the leagues, like they get bags for these
have
like,
sponsors.
I mean,
salaries.
it's a new
Yeah.
form of gambling for the most part.
Fact.
It is too. Yeah, yeah.
Facts.
Like one of the sponsors for one of the people that was killed came out and spoke for when I said there's his sponsor. I was like, wow, this is big. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's big. That
There's
make-
money behind it.
That
now.
puts it into perspective when you hear something like that's his sponsor.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
But all things said, man, it was, you know, tragedy, and definitely hearts go out to all the people, you know, the families and friends of those who were, you know, killed and injured as well. But
yeah,
It's just been
it's-
out for a while, though, like them tournaments. Remember
Yeah.
that movie, The Wizard?
oh yeah,
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
With the, with
Oh,
the,
yeah.
Fred Savage,
the
right?
power glove
that who was
and all
in it?
that stuff. Yeah.
Was it
Yeah.
Fred Savage?
Yeah.
Went on like that whole like traveling across the country type thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To play, what was that, Mario 3?
Mario
I
2
think it
or
was
3.
Mario 3.
Yeah, Mario
was
3
Mario
or something
3.
was the
Yeah.
main game.
It's
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
big now.
He had to
So-
play Lucas. Lucas had the
Power
Well,
glove?
you
Power
remember
glove.
that? Yeah.
Yeah, man.
I never had a power glove.
Nor did I. I had the orange gun though. That came with it.
Fox News
The
also.
duck hunt gun.
Yes, sir.
I did have one of those.
I had the original, the gray and white one.
Yeah,
Oh,
I had mine was just gray. I don't think I had white on it.
the orange one was better. My orange one was better than yours though. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
But
I
I was
had
gonna
the
say
robot
Fox.
too, though.
Fox actually posted about this, saying that tried to equate this to video game violence.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if they didn't realize that it was a Madden game. I mean,
Yeah.
I saw somebody comment on this video of Fox, and they're like, "Don't they know that even if you can late hit somebody in Madden, but you still get penalized 15 yards."
That's right up Fox's alley though.
It's
Like, yeah.
Well, these are the same
Slot
people that
Fox.
just when Aretha Franklin passed away had Patti
Patti
LaBelle
LaBelle.
in the
Yeah.
background
Yeah.
of the picture. So,
Yeah, we rang the bell for them on that because
I wish I was here for that.
we definitely rang the bell on that because that
Because
was
I found
was-
some funny memes about that. Instead of like it being Aretha Franklin, it was like Medea.
Yeah.
It was like by Fox News, and it had like it said
Yeah,
Aretha Franklin.
They out here bad, man.
It's a shame.
But anyways, man, yeah, that's
It's not video game violence.
No,
Yeah.
It's unfortunate, man, because that Terry's word is the word. When he talks about coward, like that's just, I don't know, man. It's just crazy the times that we live in and the things that we have become. Is it fair to say desensitized too because we see it
Yeah.
so
we
much
say it
now?
every
So,
time
I
we
know
have talked
say
about
it.
this
Mhm.
shit.
I think it's just. I think
But-
it's all the same. I think the only time. I don't think that the mental, and I'll say this again. I don't think that the mental health aspect is something to just
No,
ignore.
I agree.
I just think
agree.
it's how it's portrayed in the media. As if it's ever a white
Yes.
person, it's always mental health. If it's a black person or a Hispanic person or
It's
a
always-
Muslim,
yeah.
there's always those narratives that
Yeah.
always go along to it. So it's not consistent, and that's the problem.
Yeah,
Mhm.
like there's a
So-
recent there's a parallel that's going on right now. There was a killing in I think Colorado where white male killed his whole family.
I saw that.
I didn't see
Yes.
that one.
Yeah.
What's the? It's just like a mass killing
well, he
for his
killed
own
he
family.
killed everybody in his family. His 2 daughters,
Well, they never
his
found
pregnant
him.
wife.
Or they were
No, they found
or
him.
they found him dead, but they never like they had up until like last week to indict him. It was coming down to the last day or something like that. And I think they did.
hmm
But yeah,
But yeah, they found
that's what it.
they found him in barrels.
Barrels.
That's what it was. Yeah.
His kids were in oil barrels.
Yeah, man.
Huh?
And his wife.
His wife was they actually found her body on the property
Yeah. But he
in
killed them
a
all.
place where he used to work.
Or he's
But
being
the
charged.
the
Wow.
way that they're kind of portraying it, no one ever thought he would do something like that, and they're
Ah.
posting all these family pictures of him and
So
stuff.
there's no picture of him holding a gun back in the 80s or nothing
Nah.
like that. Okay.
But then there was a black male.
mm-hmm.
This all pretty much happened within the same few days.
Mm-hmm.
The black male that killed a guy who followed his daughter into a bathroom.
Wow.
Pretty much killed him from blunt force to the head
wow.
Oh wow.
from him hitting him.
yeah.
But they're posting all of his mug shots,
yeah.
and they're just calling him
A thug.
Well, they're not doing that with this particular one,
Okay.
but they're just saying dad killed somebody that followed his daughter into the bathroom. That's a hero in my eyes.
Facts.
I mean, if
It's
somebody
that, you know.
kills your daughter, I mean, not kills, but follows your daughter into a bathroom, that's kind of, what was that movie with Samuel L. Jackson? A Time to Kill.
Oh yeah.
That's an issue like that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah,
they're
I
posting
actually
all of his mug shots. They're not
Yeah.
showing him as this dad that cares for his daughter.
Yeah.
There are no pictures of him and his daughter. They
Yeah.
don't mention his name or anything.
He didn't have.
But
he
this
didn't
guy
have
that
mental
killed
health
his whole
issues.
family,
Uh-huh.
it's a totally different story. It's just the weird parallels
It's
that
not
go on.
consistent.
And
At all.
and if they bring up in this case like the white male's prior like charges or something like that, it's very much so glossed over.
Yeah.
It tends to be,
Yeah.
I've
Like
come to find.
they'll mention it real quick and then on to the next
Mhm.
whatever.
It-
But it,
well, it was even. Did you guys see the story about the was it the undocumented man that committed murder on
Yeah,
a family?
Molly Tibbetts.
Molly Tibbetts,
Mhm.
and the family's like, stop making this an issue
Yeah.
about him being undocumented or whatnot.
oh yeah.
It's murder.
Right.
You know, like
right,
it's
right.
not has nothing to do with that.
Yeah.
But Fox, the same people such as Tommy Lauryn, all they're like, well, if he's illegal, if he was legal, that's,
Yeah.
that
It doesn't.
He's been undocumented for how many years?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's
Why are we talking about
That's
that?
funny
distracting.
that
It's
that you
distracting.
bring up that one because D.L. Hughley was actually speaking about Senator McCain's death.
Yeah.
He was talking about how Trump hasn't said anything about it.
Yeah.
He is like, if McCain didn't die from brain cancer and it was by the hands of a Mexican or an illegal immigrant,
goodness.
he'd have been
man.
all over it. He'd be talking about it left and right.
Yeah.
But since
In lieu
that's
of like,
not the case,
even with what McCain and rest in peace, John McCain.
Rest in peace, John McCain.
Even with what he said about him not wanting him to attend his funeral, like he had been working on his funeral for an entire year. To your with what you just said, he would have ignored all of that. Like he would have been that wouldn't have been an issue. He'd have been going in on what you just said,
right?
And I agree with that 1,000%.
I mean, and
what kind of a person chastises someone who went and fought in the war and was captured?
Right.
Who's himself has never even been in combat or been in the armed forces. Who does that?
He's also in your party.
That guy.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
let's
he's
not
also
take
moving
away from the
party.
fact that John McCain was actually a piece of shit on many accounts.
Right.
He was.
I mean, yeah, he's
But-
not perfect. I'm not.
But
yeah,
he died, right?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it's and he was a service member, like you said. Like
Yeah.
and all those things, it's not hard to come out and say something very.
That's it.
He served our country.
That's all you gotta do.
Bravely, blah blah
Because
blah.
you're in your 70s and you should know this. It's
It's
normal
like-
human being.
It's
Yeah.
like
The
you
position
know,
that he's in requires that at least that much attention.
that's the bare minimum.
You
though.
would think.
You would think.
yeah.
But and to Sean's point, whether you believe in McCain's governing and
Yeah.
his decision making things like that, because I don't either.
This is
There's
not,
still a position that he's in as president that he's supposed to do certain things like flying the flag, half staff, things like that he's not doing, and it's acceptable.
This
Yeah.
70-something-year-old child, man.
The only reason that he doesn't stand out or that he's not doing this is just because he opposes him in the first place.
facts.
And it's like he's a part of the same party too, so it makes it even worse when John McCain steps out against you. Like
What's going to happen when Trump dies? It's going to be an all-out war because it's going to be people
Mm.
cheering in the streets. It's going to be other people with pitchforks mad.
Nah, man,
it's
I
gonna
don't even-
bring the
man.
it's gonna bring the
Yeah, I don't even want to. Yeah,
I just hope in 2020.
man.
Yeah.
Where we at now? We in 18.
2020 means clear vision.
No, 20.
Hopefully.
No,
Oh,
20.
I
the
see
year.
you. I
So,
see
there you
you. I
go.
see you.
But
I see.
who
you.
knows?
I see.
Who
you.
knows?
Yeah, whose vision?
Yeah.
let me tell you something.
Which America's vision?
I'm the same person that
It better
sat.
not be Kanye West.
Bruh.
I'm the same person that sat on this man's couch. We all after we had we were rehearsing whatever, and drove home with my jaw dropped like, yo,
Yeah.
the real estate guy
I
is
think
the
we was
president.
actually
No, we did.
recording,
We
by
did.
the
A,
way.
we did a
Were
show.
we recording or were we?
Yeah, no, we was in the mix.
We
Were we in
were
the mix?
because we
Okay.
talked about it the next.
That's what it was.
It
We
was a
were
very
in the
somber
mix.
show.
Okay, yeah. But I remember sitting there like, yo, this is really about to happen. And
It's
that's what-
interesting because that really defined our show.
yeah,
Mhm.
Because before we weren't actually going to talk about a lot of politics stuff at all.
facts. That's
And
a
then
fact.
that happened, and it was just like, well,
Like we couldn't not.
It couldn't
Yeah.
not talk about it. Yeah.
It was crazy. We were all together that night when it started coming in. I remember Lone was telling me, watch for this state. Watch for this state. And then I saw those states come in. I'm like, dang.
Red.
I stopped
red.
watching. I tried at least tried to go to sleep after Michigan.
Yeah.
I think you had
It was
left
a wrap
early
after Michigan.
because
pretty
I was
much.
at his
Yeah.
crib when Michigan came in. I remember I stayed.
Yep.
Yeah.
So here we are, 96 episodes in, and 45 is still, coming up with stuff to
Yeah.
for us to talk
Incredible.
about. All right, so let's
Sean
just,
got a big ass glass of apple cider. It looks.
I know, right?
Yeah.
It's actually really good.
I
Yeah.
see him though. I like how look at that. He sips with class. I
Mhm.
like that. I like that.
It's
Two
actually
hands.
with care. Don't spill it all over
One,
myself.
But,
one false move, it's either all over you.
Mhm.
Or it's all over me.
Yep.
Yep.
Ain't
Those
no
are your
avoiding
options.
it. Ain't no problem.
Ain't no problem. Ain't no problem.
Reality is reality, you know?
Yeah, it is. This is reality. Yeah, this is
cool.
It's,
It's cool.
It's cool.
Hey, shouts to Javon, Javon Chin.
Bullshit.
Graph. I told him about that on Chreece.
Oh,
I was
yeah.
like, man, I gotta get you recorded. I need you to say bullshit.
Yeah.
He was like, I'm with it, fam. I was like, all right.
The way that
Where
he,
did you
the
see
way that he
Javon? Man?
described
Shout
it,
to Javon.
I
Good
saw
dude.
Javon after everything was over. So I ran into Stacia and Sylvia and a couple other people, and we all went to Denny's afterwards.
Nice.
So it was like 3, 4 in the morning. But
Oh,
Javon with this, and that's telling Javon.
Nice.
Yeah, I was like,
Shout out to Javon, man.
Speaking
That's
of
my man.
speaking
Good
of
dude.
after it was over, let's jump into recap from Chreece.
Recrap.
I
Recap.
definitely said recap.
Oh, he
No, you
claimed it.
Come on, man.
Accountability.
Yeah, you know.
I'm gonna knock on some wood on that one because I've never seen that happen.
He
Yeah.
actually didn't. He actually
I did. Stop,
Yeah,
man.
he wasn't accountable.
He wasn't. He actually wasn't accountable. You
I
just
was
heard him
definitely
wrong.
accountable. I was accountable. I messed up.
Okay.
Yeah, I messed up. Here you go, giggling. I messed up.
He's giggling because we have footage of it.
Yeah.
Whatever, man. Why y'all? No
We're
need
taping
to run it
right
back.
now. Yeah.
That's dope.
Rewind real quick and listen to see if he said
Mhm.
recap or recap, and then what he said afterwards.
We should have AD start doing like a court
Yeah.
court reporter style. Could you read back 30 seconds ago? Mike.
So
Read
AD's
crap. I mean, recap. Yeah.
So AD's gonna take the minutes. That's cool. Yeah, it's cool. Yeah, it's cool.
It's cool.
But Chreece,
Forget about it.
Chreece,
4
where everybody knows your name.
is a rap. I see what you did there. I like that. I had a great time.
Yeah, it was fun.
The weather.
Busy.
Mother Nature
fun.
wanted to
Man,
hate on us a little
literally
bit.
rain on the parade.
Yeah, she came out for a little bit, showed out for a little bit, but she eventually, let everything clear up, and we ended up having a great time.
She kept coming out all day.
Man, I felt like
From
we weren't.
set up to
Well,
kind of past it, and then it's like, damn, here it come again.
She definitely came out during
You
setup.
know, went out, went away, then come back again.
Yeah.
She came back about 3 times.
So I want to go around and ask you guys, since Tree's, such a big deal, it's kind of hard to, cover everything.
It's a Naptown holiday now.
Yes, sir. And shout out to Oreo, Jay Brookins, Indiana Jones.
For sure.
Yeah, they did a
Serious.
great job. Serious, yeah, at being
And their whole
ambassadors
team.
for that. Yeah,
Because there was a whole lot of people
Oh, yeah,
working
a
that
lot
I
of
had
people.
never seen before. I mean, this is every year, right? Like, you don't know. Those are the faces, and definitely shouts to
volunteers,
them. And
stage
they work
manager.
hard, but
yeah.
all the other folks that put in time to make
because it can't
Saturday
go
a
without
really
them.
good day.
Every
Yeah,
stage,
it's a whole team.
as well. Every stage has a stage manager.
Yeah,
Mhm.
There was a sound person. Everything. They had volunteers running and making sure everything was working.
Yep.
Yep.
All the sponsors, of course, that were contributing as well.
And it's
So-
really I just wanted to go around and have everybody talk about briefly one thing that stood out to you or something that you thought that was dope for Chreece 4. I will go first, just saying overall something I will remember myself, other than I always love the stage that we're a part of, the Bringing Down the Band, the Academics joint, the Plaza. I always call it the hub, like that's where everybody passes through. But getting a chance to chop it up with Razkaz, man, backstage. He's really, really cool dude, man. Got a chance to talk to him. It's just dope. You don't get a chance to do that often. Got to see Black Moon perform as well. So that was all in succession that same night. So I think that stood out for me the most because I grew up on Black Moon, Boot Camp Click, all that. So it was dope to actually be back there in the cut watching them, Evil D, Buckshot, the rest of the fam. So that stood out for me. I was glad I got a chance to see them rock. Long, what about you?
Well, it's just kind of like what you say. It's almost like it's like Terry said. It's like a holiday.
Mhm.
So it's the one day. Back a few years ago, a lot of us remember Locals Only,
Mhm.
and Locals
Mhm.
Only was almost like it was like the Cheers.
Yep.
Mhm.
It was like
Exactly.
everybody kind of knew everybody.
Mhm.
Every Saturday or every other Saturday or whatever, it would be going on. So you could go hang out. You just see the same people. It was just a
Yep.
good vibe. Chreece is like a massive one of those.
Yeah.
And it's just like everywhere you go, somebody, especially if
Mhm.
you've been in the music scene. So it was
That's a
dope.
fact.
It's dope just to have people come up and talk to you, be like, "Hey, what's going on?" That you haven't seen in a while.
That's
Mhm.
a fact.
And then even you talk about seeing Black Moon. It's cool. Seeing Black Moon was dope. The dopest thing to me was seeing Black Moon with all the people around me that I know.
Yes, yes.
You know what I mean?
Well
Like,
said. Well said.
All these
well
things,
said.
all these people that I know, and seeing different people falling in and falling out and leaving, and so that's really the coolest thing about Chreece to me in general. That's thing that stood out. Obviously, I had a 10-15 minute conversation with Razkaz, which was real dope.
Yeah.
Talked to Andrew Barber a little bit. That
Yep.
was cool.
Shout out to the homie Andrew Barber.
I didn't get to see a lot because I was at this Plaza stage all day. But
Yeah, with us going live as well, it kind of we didn't get a chance to move
Yeah.
as much.
and I never really get to move and watch
Yeah,
people I want to
yeah.
see anyways.
Right.
But the Plaza stage is always fun and dope. So it was fun to play.
Yeah.
Fun to play a set. I didn't mess up. That's cool.
Shout out to 𝐀𝐄𝐃𝐿 Push. My man was rocking at 𝐀𝐄𝐃 Push.
So,
I see it in his near future.
Yeah.
But no, that was dope.
yeah. So I also shouts to Metronome, obviously, because him and I run that stage.
Yep.
He's really the fuel behind that because he's the sound person.
Mhm.
He's making sure everything's running smooth throughout all that stuff. I contribute where I can in that aspect, and try to get people in fun. But 4 years strong.
Yes, sir. I can't wait for the next one. Jay Diff, jump in, man. What stood out to you?
What stood out to me, everybody was just in a good mood overall.
That's
you know
a
what I'm
fact.
saying? It's like,
Shouts to the Bubble Maker.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
he was on
like-
his grind.
yeah, he was.
Right across the street from us. Yeah, he was on his grind.
rain or shine, he was doing his thing.
Yeah, he was on his grind.
But yeah, everybody overall was just in a good positive mood. It's like there's a good energy that moves around Chreece.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody's pretty much rooting for everybody because it's like we're winning.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
It's something that's going to continue to top itself each and every year.
I believe that.
And I was on the Fountain Square, well, not Fountain Square, but the Fountain Plaza as well. Like you said, we were going live, and people stopped and chatted with us. You know what I'm saying?
We had a
And
lot of people sit down with us and chop it for a little bit.
we
That's a good
did.
point.
I wish we could have got more footage. That was kind of like a test run
Yeah.
for
live.
something that we're going to do
Mhm.
coming up here shortly. It went pretty well, but we will perfect that and get it popping for you. But overall, Chreece was a win for everybody. And
Yeah.
I think I only seen, who did I see perform? Because I was at the Fountain
Saw Willis.
Plaza all day. Yeah, I seen Willis. I saw
I saw Willis a little bit too.
what's her name? What's her-
Rahima Allison
Nah.
Paris.
Yeah, Paris. I saw her. She performed right at. I tried to go catch Tragic set and just missed it.
I missed
I
it.
wanted to see that too.
Yeah, tried to catch.
I saw a
his
little
set.
bit of Skip. I did get to see Skip.
I didn't get to see Skip.
He came over a couple times.
Yeah, he did.
you know.
We didn't even get a chance to sit down with him because we had turned the live off. He was ready too, but
We had Wi-Fi
like I said, we had
issues.
to.
Yeah.
We got to get those kinks worked out. But
I caught a little bit of double A at the end.
I didn't
as
catch his set. I was trying to catch his set.
Yeah.
I think that's when I ran into you and Barbara.
Yep, that's what it was.
And
yeah.
then of course, I seen Black Moon. Seen a little bit of Valet's set as well.
It was really underwhelming. Not to just throw that. That was.
I didn't peep. I had to refer to y'all for that. Yeah,
It was the most underwhelming thing that I saw actually. But
What
not
was
to,
the what
not
was
to
the
clown
room?
on him or anything. But
What was the
Yeah,
room like?
it
Was it
was-
packed?
It was a
decent.
decent amount of people in there, but that's what's
Was it
crazy
was it
about
Odyssey's
Chreece
crowd?
though.
Chreece, that's Chreece's. Yeah, the
Like
locals
every
get more.
every spot you go to, because like
Mhm.
we literally went from the White Rabbit, which is a nice
Yeah.
size
Yeah, and it was
establishment.
full.
It was full. Went over to Hi-Fi. It was full. When I was at Thunderbird, it was full.
Thunderbird was full.
When I went to Pioneer, it was full.
Yep.
It's like all of these events, and I think I was explaining that to somebody because it was like, I paid such and such for my ticket, and I don't feel like I'm getting my money's worth. I'm like, dude, you can literally go into any one of these spots,
Yeah.
and I think Clint Breeze and the Groove were playing it. I'm like, man, you should probably be over there watching
Right.
them.
You
know
can
what I'm
get
saying?
in. Like that's what the
I
tickets
mean,
for. It covers you.
right.
Yeah.
You can get into all of these
Yeah.
spots. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
it's a really good look.
$40. Even if you get it on day of, $40 is not a lot of money.
Nah, because
No,
you're paying
not for what you're
$40
seeing.
to go see. For example, I went to see Chris Brown with Wifey.
Mhm.
Chris Brown literally performed for maybe 45 minutes. Mind you, there was a lot of openers. There was her was there. She was pretty dope. What's his name? Black. What is that? What he goes? The one with the 6 in it? 6 Black. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I bet you
He-
paid $80 for those tickets.
No, paid like 20.
Oh,
20,
really? Chris
$30.
Brown?
It was on the line.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
But even Miguel's playing tonight, Tuesday night,
Mhm.
yeah,
and I think
What those go for?
discounted tickets are $25 right now.
Gotcha.
right.
You know what I mean? So
I thought Chris Brown would be a higher ticket.
I mean, it is if you're not sitting on the line. I mean, line is just the general admission spot, but
Mhm.
but just think you're getting all of these
get
performances
12
for
hours.
$40. Even if you decide you don't want to go in any spot, you can hang out at the Fountain Plaza all day.
Yeah.
And I've literally seen people hanging out all day.
We had people with us for a long time.
Yeah.
We did.
Yeah,
and
for
that's
sure.
even through, there was one couple that might have been with and Mike, I'm not for sure. There's dancing in the rain under the umbrella.
Manziel.
Oh, they
Yeah.
couldn't wait to dance and put on their
Yeah, and I was like, yo, that's what it's about. You know what I'm saying? And they were enjoying. They kicked it with us a long time.
Yeah, shouts to Blue and XL.
35.
I see what you did there.
Dancing in the
Word.
rain.
Yeah, shout out to Micah. You know, they was in the spot.
Yeah.
for
They
sure.
always show love.
Shout out to them for sure.
I'm glad E finally won something.
Yeah, we did.
Definitely.
We did do it. We did do a raffle, a live raffle for
The damn album.
Damn album
Yeah.
and a No Bad Ideas hat and
Some
Socks.
some socks from No Bad
A
Ideas,
CD.
a CD, also a flash drive.
Yep.
And
A button.
as
New
well.
old heads button.
And so we put all that together and we raffled that off. And so Jimmy DeCamp won, and he actually
DJ
played.
𝗏𝗏𝗀, right?
DJ 𝗏𝗏𝗀, he actually played at the Plaza stage.
Yep, he sure did.
And then Eric, who's also he's
He-
actually
he-
a patron.
He bought like $10 worth of tickets.
Well, he got his money worth.
So
So
Yeah.
I told
Jimmy
him,
bought 2 or 3. I sold
did he?
him 2 or 3.
I
but-
told Eric he needs to get like a Lifetime Achievement Support Award. Cause
I was happy for
everything we
Eric,
do,
man.
everything
been
we do,
genuinely-
he rocks with us heavy.
Dude, Eric's
Yeah.
awesome.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
He's probably watching this right now. Appreciate it, bro.
yeah,
Thank you,
man.
bro.
We got. I always tell people you got to do a better job of just telling people that you appreciate them now while you can.
Absolutely.
That's the
And
truth.
shout out to E, man. He definitely looks out for us. Spoolz, tell me about a memory that you have from Chreece.
Well, I echo a lot of what Sean and Terry and you have said so far too, man. Just as far as it being a great day, holiday is a great word to describe it. It does feel like a holiday. Like I was really excited to go out,
Yeah.
like and to go come hang out, and it was it was fun. Shouts to all the artists that played.
Yeah.
The local. Like, so what's cool about this, and this wasn't around when I was really heavily involved with music, something like this, but a place where you can go play amongst 90% local artists, and people are gonna come and you're gonna be able to be exposed to people who have never probably heard you or seen you.
Right.
Facts.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
That's awesome, man. So shouts to all the artists that played. I spent most of my time also with you guys sitting. I figured you guys were gonna be moving around, or have to move around, so I just chilled at the square. Shout to Nick, of course, Metronome, man.
Yes, sir.
My brother, and he's works hard, man. Both of you
Yeah.
guys, everybody. I didn't have to do much. You know what I
Right.
mean? I didn't have I chipped in the table that I had, you know what I mean? And
Which
He had
came
a
in handy,
gang of-
actually.
He had a
Yeah.
gang of speakers.
he had a lot. That's the most
Man.
I've
Well,
ever
he-
seen him bring
He
out.
said, he
to
told
one
me,
place.
he's like, man, I'm gonna bring the extra stuff out this
Hey,
year.
it was
Yeah.
loud and lit. You
was.
can hear that music from anywhere.
Incredible, man. So
Yeah.
shouts to all the artists. The thing that stood out for me. So I don't go out a whole lot, as you guys have teased me about, in the past. But I've also said, and from I used to do a lot of shows, DJ a lot of shows locally, and
Yeah.
years ago, and I have really trailed that off to a tremendous minimum. I'll still do cuts for people from time to time, but I don't get out like this, in that scene as
Right.
much anymore. But it was just cool to be there.
To
and
live in the moment.
to
of it.
see everybody,
Mhm.
man. Like these are
Yeah.
all people I've been around for a long time and done music with, and people I support as artists, and it was fun to. And there's a lot of love there, man.
It is.
Yeah.
I think it's cool too to see people of all ages having a good time out
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Because like where we were at, there was literally people from the age of probably 2 years old, maybe even younger than that,
Yeah.
Yeah.
all the way up to easily 60s, 70s years old.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like for real.
We
Yeah.
had a chance. We got
Celebrating hip hop.
It's
We-
good
Yeah.
to see. I mean, just the real friends out there.
Yeah.
These are people I've
Absolutely.
we've
There
all
was a
known
lady
for a long
that
time.
would not stop moving. She had on 2 boot shoes.
Yeah, I remember she was right in
Oh,
front
they
of us.
for
too,
real?
they
right?
had the Velcro joints on them. She had them
Yeah.
on both feet.
and she was still out there.
Man, she was out there getting it. I was like, man,
for a long time too.
it's going to hurt tomorrow for her.
Yeah.
Maybe even, it's probably still hurting right now.
Yeah.
'Cause she
Cutting the rug.
did not stop moving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We had a unique with that stage we always have a unique vantage point where we get a
Yeah.
chance
Yeah.
to see pretty much everything.
Mhm.
So to your point about the young ladies, like or the kids like playing in the fountain and everything, like it was just dope, man. Like everybody passed by, shouted us out, or just stopped by to say what's up, or listen to beat sets or listen to DJs. Everybody got busy, man. Just a great vibe. I think that vibe traveled throughout the whole.
Yeah. And again, to
You know,
just
the
to
whole
echo
spot.
off of something I was starting to get at a little earlier is it is like 90%, probably more than that percent local, right?
Mhm.
And one of the coolest things that I see almost every year is that even though there are headliners like Black Moon and Valet and stuff like that, people really ride for the locals as well.
They do.
Mhm. Big time.
And some of my favorite acts, Terry and I kind of touched on this last week. Like some of my favorite acts that I wanted to see were local acts.
Yeah.
You know, like I really wanted to see Ghost Guns. I didn't get to catch them this year, but they always put on a crazy show.
Yeah,
I didn't get to catch
Always
Pope.
crazy show.
They wouldn't let me in
Like-
with a book bag. I wanted to see him.
You know, Pope, you know, even Draco. I didn't make it over there, but Black Moon was dope. Like I was dope, but I wanted to see the Mud Kids.
Yeah.
You know,
I saw them.
I wanted to see Cairo. I didn't get to
Yeah.
check him out. I wanted to see Clint Breeze.
Yeah.
It would have been dope to catch Diop and Mad Dog.
Yes,
you
I
know,
agree.
and
I
stuff like
agree.
that. There's just a lot tragic, except
Yep.
you know, and all these people, Alice and Victoria. Like
Yep.
these are the people that I really wanted to see. So even though like there are national headliners, it's not like national based.
Yeah.
Right.
And that
Yeah.
the fact that it still is heavily local is what makes it so dope to me, because it gives that allure. Like it has the potential for, you don't know who's going to be there,
Right. Right.
but it's still local.
So here's what's interesting about that. I was looking at an article. It was in like a big magazine or a big online hip hop magazine about all the festival season.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And
Double
Chreece was
XL.
included in there.
Double XL.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when I was looking through all these festivals, some of which I had seen or heard of, some of which I hadn't, the majority of those festivals were all national.
Yeah.
I know.
Mhm.
That's why
But,
it's so huge.
Yeah, Indies was to the point we've made 95% local.
Yeah.
Outside of Craig G and
Valet.
and Black Moon and Razkaz.
Yeah.
I mean, it was.
What's that? J-Mo Gang? Yeah.
What's ill, and this is going to happen.
And shouts to
Mark
Craig
my
G for
words.
hanging around the
Oh, he
plaza
kicked
too.
it with
Oh,
us
for
heavy.
sure, yeah. Craig
Yeah,
G's
he kicked
cool
it
dude,
with us
man.
heavy. Yeah. Shout out to him. He kicked it with us heavy in the rain even.
Yeah, this is what's going to happen within the next few years or so. Somebody from here is going to be the headliner, based off of, because there's a lot of talent here.
Oh, yeah.
Somebody's about to ascend. It's just
It's-
a matter of time.
I believe that.
We have a handful of artists that could really just
Definitely,
catch
it's
the right
not even
wave
just
and-
one. It's not even just two. Like you said, it's a handful of artists right now that can and will end up out here to where they're touring the national circuit of festivals or whatnot.
Yeah.
And what somebody's going to headline that started out right here at Chreece from home is going to come back and headline.
That'll be an awesome day, man.
Mark my word.
Andrew Barber always tells me, "Hey man, I think this is a hot. This is an area that's really about to." He always says, "I think this might be an area that's about to pop." Echoing what you said.
Indianapolis could very easily be a Minneapolis. Very, very easily.
Mhm.
And if you don't know about Minneapolis's hip hop scene, you should look into it, because
Strong.
it's extremely
Minneapolis musically,
strong.
period.
Yeah,
It's just exactly. But even
rich
the hip hop.
heritage.
But when you think of rhyme sayers and everybody that came up out of that,
Mhm.
and just, I mean, they have their own Soundset Festival there.
Yeah.
I think that's what it's called, right?
Soundset, yep.
Which could essentially-
Atmosphere headlines every year, basically.
But
yeah.
it's Atmosphere, but it's Minneapolis based. A lot of Minneapolis music.
Mhm.
You know, they bring national headliners in, but same idea.
I don't know if they do every year,
That's
but they're
funny.
always there. I
Speaking
believe
of
Brother
Min-
Ali and like I think Idea,
All
rest in
them.
peace, used
Yeah.
to play it, and yeah.
Yeah,
Rhyme
speaking of
sayers.
Minneapolis, there was somebody that came up to me at Chreece. He was like, "Oh, I knew who it is. So y'all just like old music?" Because he was a for real like old head. He's one of them dudes.
Yeah,
I'm explaining to him the meaning. Like, nah, we kind of like we do definitely respect the old school,
yeah,
but we're new in a sense of we listen to the new stuff as well.
Yeah.
We give it a chance.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Some of it is stuff we actually rock with.
Yep.
And he sees, I tried to get him to buy a ticket, to
For the
do
raffle.
the raffle for the Damn album.
yeah.
He goes, "Me, I don't really like Kendrick Lamar." I'm like,
How,
"Why
bro?
not?" He's like, "I mean, he can rap well, but he's not like," and then he starts naming all these people from Indianapolis, like you said, Idea,
Right.
Rhyme Sayers, and I'm like,
Brother Ali, them, yeah.
I mean, that's cool, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's
but
cool.
really explain to me what you don't like about Drake. I mean, not Drake.
About to
Kendrick
say,
Lamar.
how long you
Lamar.
got, man? No, I'm just joking.
We see
And and what's weird, man, and I hate this to a lot of the quote unquote backpackers that think everything new or newer is whack
Yeah.
just because it's made mainstream.
Yep.
What a lot of these people don't realize is no matter what people are rapping or making music for, their ultimate goal is to get in as many people's ears as possible.
That's a fact.
Yep.
So if somebody made it to that level to where now they're considered a star,
Yeah.
why do you not mess with them based
45.
on that? I think that's whack.
That's interesting
fair.
too. It's kind of wild
Yeah.
too. Like I'm not gonna lie, I've had when I was younger and I was a snob like that, like a hip hop
Yeah.
snob.
I mean, I
but,
was too.
But what's wild is that like to hear that come from an older person that has
He
an
wasn't
obvious,
older.
Oh, I thought you said he was older.
He probably was. He might have been a little around our age or younger,
Well, that's
but he was just one of
That's
them.
interesting.
He was just
we're
one
still
of
a
them
little
cats.
we're a little older. You know what I mean? I just think to have not
Right.
progressed. And now everybody's been obviously entitled to their own opinion,
Right.
But to
It's
to
really
still
easy.
have that weird locked in
But it's
mentality.
easy though. But it's easy to stay in that mindset if you don't have something that's pushing you to get out of it.
That's
you know
a
what I
fact.
mean?
That's a
That's
fact.
true.
There's a lot
You
of
know,
good
yeah.
shit out here.
Like bringing down the band pushed me out of that.
hmm
You know, like just as probably us
My
being
curiosity-
the podcast probably.
My curiosity
Yeah.
pushed me out of that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You just kind of realize you have these like things built up that's limiting you from being exposed to certain things, or
Yeah.
it's causing you to prejudge certain things before you've given it a chance. You know what I mean?
Well, I
Yeah.
was always a musical outcast,
Yeah.
for lack of better words, because I liked a mixture of everything. So I
Mhm.
liked a lot of East Coast. I liked a lot of South. I liked a lot of
West
West
Coast.
Coast. You know what I'm saying? But people always gravitated to me saying that, "Oh, you East Coast,"
Yeah.
because it wasn't cool to like all the East Coast stuff.
Not when we
being-
were coming up.
Being
nah.
from Indianapolis, Indiana, it was
that's
"Oh,
true.
if you ain't rocking with 8 Ball and
Mhm.
Master
UGK
P,
and
No
Master
Limit.
P,
Yeah.
then you
Yeah.
listening to the wrong shit. You know,
Yeah.
pretty much that's what it was. And it's like, well, I mean, I'm listening to whatever I want to listen to.
Yeah.
You feel me? I mean, I was listening to Me Against the World was one of my favorite albums, which
It's a
was
great album.
Tupac. That honestly is considered a more East Coast Tupac album.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Especially
People
from a
didn't really-
production standpoint.
Yeah, people didn't really gravitate toward Pac like that. Well, they did because he was in movies and all that stuff, but whatever. I was just on the other end of the spectrum, and I still am to a certain extent, but I just like everything else.
Well,
Yeah.
production helped me
Yeah.
because you either get left behind or you evolve with your sound.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And you have to.
You have to in order to
Right.
to stay relevant in terms of production, whether that's for licensing, for commercials, for music, for artists or whatever.
Right.
You still have to learn. If you want to be a dope producer, you're gonna have to evolve. So by default, as I learn and listen to, he can attest it as well. As you listen to how the trends go, you have to listen to certain things to kind of see, check the temperature, if you will, to see what's
Right.
going on. And I have run into some artists where I'm like, yo, this kid's not bad. Like I can rock with this. I can listen to this. I can
Mhm.
listen to that. So everything's not trash. Like I think it's easy for it's easy to pigeonhole someone just because they don't like something to be like, yo, everything you see, you think is trash. No, it's not necessarily that. It's just, and I always live by this line from Common. If I don't like it, I don't like it. That don't mean that I'm hating.
She also, but also as
I like
as,
Big Crit.
as
If you don't touch my soul, then I can't listen to it.
And that's fair.
Some people don't
That's
like
fair.
Crit.
Don't even get me started.
But,
We see you, Nicole.
but at the same time, it's important to listen to things with an open ear on a regular
Facts.
basis.
Sure. That's a
You
fact.
know, and to, especially if you're in a position of, where we're at, to where we listen and we talk about music. So we have to approach things from an angle of, okay, maybe I just don't understand yet. Let me give it a chance and let me roll with it. That's why Terry's always
Unless it's that trippy red.
Terry's thing has still always been, well, I'll give it a run.
Terry is actually the person that started. I never give him credit. This actually is quite frustrating.
He's turning over a new leaf today.
Yeah, I
That's
appreciate it though.
That's accountability and giving you peas.
Man.
What you put in
So
this
pigs
glass,
are-
man?
pigs are
What's-
flying out.
yeah,
Those
what's
that
in this
rum,
glass? Yeah, it must be. Yeah, maybe it's that rum. But
Might be a new drink then.
I used to always.
day.
I used to hear him say that as I got a chance to know him better. He said, "Yeah, man, I ran that. I gave it a run." You know what I'm saying? And I started doing
Yeah.
that because I'm like, yeah, I'll give it. I say that now. That's
Yeah.
his phrase. Like,
Well-
yeah, I'll run it. I'll listen to it. I'll give it a run.
even in the early days of bringing down the band, like back when we actually shared music,
Yep.
back when people cared about that thing,
I see. I see.
Terry always had that approach.
Yeah.
And like he would have a different. We liked the same shit,
Yeah.
but it would just be like he would come from it from a different angle and be like, nah. He'd be like, nah, give it another listen, or nah, I actually like this.
Yeah.
I'll be like, all right, let me go back and check it again, and then it just that throughout time kind of helped, I think, get me way out of my backpack stage completely. Like I was already out of like getting out of it, but it kind of like pushed me completely out of it. Like I still like what I like, but it's okay to, you know, jump out, and it's okay to like stuff.
There are artists that actually have their skill out there. Like there's talent out there. There are some people that are actually making stuff that I would consider that's nice or dope, or I can at least appreciate the skill. I always use the Migos as an example. Like the Migos are like, there were dudes where I'm like, in my mind, mentally, I was not supposed to quote unquote like.
Exactly.
But when I listen to Culture, I'm like, yo,
the first one, not
the second one.
Yeah,
the first one. When I listen to it, I say, you know what? I'm gonna listen to these dudes and see what they talking about. They all in the same family. They came up together. Let me give them a run.
Right.
And I listened to a few joints, and I'm like, yo, there's some jams on here.
Yeah.
You know, and I understand.
It may not fit into what you expect to be jams for what you're used to.
right.
Yeah.
But for what it is.
Once I remove that part and I look at it for what it is, I'm like, yo, they got some heat. Like, they do. Yeah. So, especially the
some
joint.
shit is just undeniable, man.
That's a fact. I fool with Stir Fry. Like, I like that joint. Shout out to the Naptown.
And shouts to Metronome. I just had that conversation. He just said, he's like, I actually like the Stir Fry record.
Yeah.
So,
that Stir Fry is going. I'm in on that.
You know Pharrell ain't out here bullshitting at all.
He's not.
Nah.
I mean, as much as I talk about Future, the Pharrell joints are money. You know what I'm saying? So
I mean, Pharrell's gonna Pharrell.
So
Pharrell knows what he's doing. Yeah.
Shout out to Chad too. We forget about Chad. Shout out to
Chad.
But
that's more Star Trek.
That's more.
Yeah, you're right.
That's
Star
more
Trek.
Neptune.
Yeah.
Smart track.
Yeah. Pharrell did kind of just
not the highly anticipated Star
Trap.
Yeah. Not to be confused.
Yeah, they not ready for Star Trap yet.
No. I know. I played a few of those joints on.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
I played actually about 10 of them.
I thought Star Trap was gonna be.
Did y'all tell me? Did y'all say the Gucci joint actually did work?
That Gucci went nuts.
I think it works.
Plaza.
Yeah, I think that works. Yeah, that's a winner. We got to put a
boom.
Now put the pen in there. Like
we'll keep a pen on that one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. So people, whether you knew it or not, you got your introduction.
Yeah, so Star Trap. I'm trying to get Star Trap to be more. I want Star Trap to go towards a woke direction, but it's not gonna happen.
A woke direction.
A woke direction.
We ain't doing that. We gonna keep it sleep.
Yeah, I've been overruled on that.
Hey,
so
meet me at the barbershop.
Hey.
Yeah.
Better have.
Right.
Yeah. Need you say more.
Yeah, we ain't gonna even go down that road. But look out for Star Trap. It's gonna be some heat on there. A lot of chains, a lot of belts. You know what I'm saying?
You might even get it before that Jay Electronica.
You probably will get it before
will.
that Jay Electronica. Gonna be a lot of belts, a lot of sagging. You know what I'm saying? We're going to be out here.
A lot of belts, a lot of sagging.
A lot of sunglasses.
A lot of sunglasses.
A lot of Jordan 2s.
A lot of tall tees, not trash 2s. A lot of tall tees. You know what I'm saying? We're going to be out here. I want to try to get this one in real quick. I think we got about 8 or 9 minutes left. Lauryn Hill wrote a letter and responded to Robert Glasper.
Did anybody read it?
I didn't even read it.
I just got a couple
excerpts.
Yeah, I got a couple excerpts from it. So she says, here's just a couple of the paragraphs. She says, I like to switch up my show regularly, change arrangements, add new songs, etc. Hill explained. It says, this often leads to long sound checks.
Miss Hill.
Was it Miss Hill? I'm
Miss
sorry,
Hill.
I don't want to get slapped.
Yeah.
Miss Hill. It said, this often leads to long sound checks, which lead to doors opening late, which leads to the show getting a late start. Hold on, let me finish.
Sounds like a whole lot of
I'm
being not accountable.
Hold on, and then she said,
I refuse to instead just get there earlier and do all that on my own time.
Why don't you prep before you go on tour, Miss Hill?
Hold on, check this out. She says, this element of perfectionism is about wanting the audience to experience the very best and most authentic musical experience they can from what I do.
Maybe she's got some trauma she's working through. I don't know. That don't make no sense to me.
I've never heard anybody say that. Even when she do show up on time, I never heard anybody say it was the best show that they've been to. You know what I'm saying?
I never have.
But it can't be if you're putting your show together 48 hours ahead of time.
Nah, right. That makes absolutely no sense.
Like I said before, if you know that you have a habit of this, instead of getting to the arena at 4, get there at noon.
Exactly.
But why would you make a habit out of just creating new bands every time you go out somewhere?
You know what? She just really she helped Robert Glasper's point.
I think
Yeah.
so too. Yeah.
Hold on, here's another one. She said, and this is in response to about writing the records. She says, I may have been inclusive, but these are my songs. And this is in regards, obviously, to her not writing
Is this legality, or did she actually write them?
Good point.
55.
I don't know, man.
Mind you, Miseducation just turned, 20 years old?
Yeah, I think 20 years
Yeah.
old. It says, I don't think most people, perhaps not even some, celebrated artists are aware of the battle it takes to be an artist and remain true to what you really think. Mr. Robert Glasper.
Okay.
Are all of those people that helped on her album listed in the credits?
Exactly. Are they getting paid from it?
Man, you
Are
might
they
wanna
getting
look at the
Let's go.
credits.
Let's visit that. Let's go back and check her album credits
All the
and
names
see
will
that
be-
everybody are listed.
They
If they're
definitely,
listed, then okay.
the
Did
old
you see
liner
what-
notes definitely are gonna have all those people in it.
Did you see what Robert Glasper said though about her like coming in like a day or something before a show, or maybe the day of, and
We
saying that
literally
we're going to
had-
cut your pay in half?
Yeah.
We
Oh,
had the whole
Oh, yeah.
conversation,
Yeah.
Spoolz.
I wasn't. I don't know if I was. Was I here that week?
No, I
No,
don't think
sir.
you were.
Oh, okay.
I'm
Yeah.
just giving you a hard time.
Usually I was here, and I
Yeah.
just So hey,
That's
I got
a
a
just giving
point.
you a hard time.
My Red Dog.
Yeah,
Whatever,
so-
man.
That's a good
Um,
moment right there. Did you,
But yeah,
Yeah, but that's
That's
I
crazy.
I almost got emotional. That was real right there.
it's not cool.
sorry. There's a separate.
It's not.
conversation.
Sorry.
It's cool. Mike's good at that. Mike's good at starting another conversation.
He is.
Usually when I'm talking.
Yeah.
So
I
yeah.
try.
And Mike.
But anyway,
doesn't-
I'm done.
Mike
Not that
doesn't
it
have a-
matters.
Mike doesn't have a mic to talk back. Mike.
He laughing though.
Mike cares a lot
Mike's
about
whole
what I
thing.
have to say.
What?
He wants to make somebody laugh.
Who, me?
Because anytime somebody else makes somebody laugh, it's a problem. So if he can make somebody laugh, that's what's most important at the given moment.
Mhm.
It's a problem. Might be a stretch, but
Hey, I'm done. I'm done talking now. Though.
sorry.
Miss Hill,
But the answer to your question is yeah. I did,
Yeah.
We did see that. We did talk about the fact that she talked about cutting his pay, and he was like, "Well, then I just won't show
Yeah.
up, or
and he got his
give me my pay up front."
he got
and
his
then,
monies.
you
He
know,
knew he was
so-
that dude. He
Yeah.
had him. Yeah, he had the
He's-
leverage.
Talented person.
That was
He is.
2008ish.
It's one of my favorite
Now
artists.
did
man.
now did he refer to him actually playing on this album at all?
No,
it was
he
more
didn't.
about James Poyser, like the
So James Poyser
yeah,
played
those
on it?
guys. Yeah, but though he was just saying my homies
Yeah.
wrote that album.
And
Because
shouts
I
to James
think,
Poyser. If you don't know James Poyser, you should look him up.
Yeah, you should.
Please.
Shouts to Soul Aquarians and all that.
I think he was speaking on his first encounter with
Yeah.
Lauryn Hill.
Which was like 2008ish, right?
right, when he was talking about him performing.
Got booked for the
Right,
show.
And
right.
then he
for
went
the-
into and then it kind of spilled into the horror stories that he had
heard
heard from those guys.
from people
Right.
that he's actually close with.
Yeah.
Musicians. He is a musician. There's a different type of circle with
That's a
musicians
fact.
as well, you know. So
because everybody's not as good as those guys are. So they
No, that's
all the
very
good guys know, all the good players know the good players.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So when he was talking about all the guys that he's like they had a super band, so why are you still looking for new people?
Right.
So if Robert Glasper says it's a super band, I'm gonna take his word for it and say everybody in there was able to get
at this
busy.
point,
Minutes
at this
left.
point where we're at right now, Robert Glasper is that guy.
No question.
He definitely is.
You know,
No
so
question.
like if he says like, nah, this was a super band, you're going to listen to him because he is to what Lauryn Hill might have been in the music community in that aspect.
He's a beast. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's
So,
an absolute
you
fool.
know,
He's out here composing.
and
Yeah, he's a
and
fool.
he's consistent and he shows up on time.
Shout out to Robert Glasper showing up on time.
It's
You know?
You
important.
know what I'm saying? That's
we
very
appreciate
important.
you, man. We appreciate you.
Thanks.
Yeah, yeah. Shout out to him on that. I think we
So
got
the general consensus is we're not going with
No,
anything that Miss
any of
Hill
that.
said.
Nah.
no, just cop it. Like
yeah.
own up to it and move on and
I'ma
try
need
to be
more-
better in the future.
I'm gonna
That's-
need more than that. Yeah, that's not good
Yeah.
enough. That's not gonna cut it.
You need just to what you say. What do you say all the time, Sean? Do better.
Do better.
Do better.
Yeah, you gotta do
Wrote a
better.
song about it. You can look it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta do better. So
It's called "Do Better" by Hinks Jones.
shout out to Grits.
Yep.
We got about a minute or so left. Anything popping that we want to get in?
1
Hip-
minute left.
Hip hop night
Hip Hop Night Thursday.
tonight.
We had a feature, but we don't have the feature anymore.
Where will this be located?
It will be located at Square Cat Vinyl,
Okay.
but
Cat.
we do have some good artists
Oh, yeah.
in the house.
Oh, yeah.
No doubt. Actually hosting this time is Distinct. If y'all aren't familiar with Distinct,
Look him up.
he performed at Chreece as well.
Yeah, he's talented. He's dope.
Gritty and Craftsman are showing up.
Okay.
They actually host the dojo.
The dojo.
Nice.
30
Yeah.
seconds.
So they'll be there amongst some other cats.
yeah,
Okay.
Yeah,
and those are
we'll keep
two
the
very,
lineup
very
dope.
dope acts to check out.
That's
Indeed.
what's up. That's what's up. We'll pay these bills real quick. Shout out to Coleman Dental, 317-255-8546. Make sure you get your teeth right. As always, no bad ideas. They take care of us. BringingDownTheBand.com, Team Backpack, Printfinity. We appreciate all of the sponsors that we have. www.patreon.com/newoldheads. Throw us a buck. We got a lot of good things going on.
Please and thank you.
And we appreciate everyone that has been rocking with us so far. This is going to conclude episode 96, and we will see y'all next week. Peace.
Peace.